Facebook ads versus YouTube ads for real estate wholesalers, which one's better? Now, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars across both platforms and I've seen it all, made all the mistakes out there, but I've also found out which platform is actually going to get you the best bang for your buck, the highest ROI possible. So in this video, I'm literally breaking down the numbers and walking you through the exact funnel so you can see which one's going to be the most profitable for you and go and implement it right after watching this. Now, starting off with the numbers. So the first metric is going to be cost per lead. Obviously, this column's Facebook, this one is YouTube. So the cost per lead on Facebook is typically around $10 to $15. Now, I've gotten cost per lead for seller leads on Facebook for like $4.50 each. But of course, if you've ran those, you know the quality is not going to be there. When we talk about a Facebook lead versus a YouTube lead, it's like comparing gold nuggets to Tyson air fryer chicken nuggets or frozen chicken nuggets, like genuinely. So they each have their pros and cons. I'm going to start off by saying, if you are a newer, you're newer in the space, you're a newer wholesaler, investor, and you just want to get leads under your belt, maybe you want to get some reps in, then I think Facebook's a great route to go. But because they are a lot cheaper, you just have a lot more room for error. And again, $10 to $15, even like you can get them sometimes $5 to $10 each. It depends how much qualification you ask. But then YouTube, you can see it's about 5x that. And you're going to see it shows in the conversion rate, but it's just two totally different types of leads. That's the first number. Second is the lead quality. This is just like simply just ranking it out of 10. I've seen Facebook, it's going to be some of the lowest quality leads you're going to get. You're going to have to do a lot of sifting through it. And a huge part of that, which is what I'm going to show you in the funnel. But with Facebook, you're not able to actually target. Number one, you're not able to geo target. But then two, on YouTube, you can actually target people based on what they're actually searching for on Google and on YouTube, whereas Facebook, it's all interest based. So it's just people scrolling around, they just see your ad and they just decide to click on it. And that leads me to the next point, which is with Facebook, it's all interest-based. You can't geo-target it. And YouTube is all intent-based. It's all geo-targeted. And that's one of the reasons the lead cost is so much higher, is because we're focusing on a specific type of person. Facebook, you're going a lot broader, a lot more mass market. You can't even target homeowners in general, whereas YouTube, you're only targeting someone who owns a home and is actually in the market, actively looking up that they need to sell their home. Now, the personal branding aspect, and this is something that isn't as important, right? But it's also like a byproduct. If you can go and get personal branding as like just like as an addition, of course, you're going to always want the personal branding. With Facebook, it is low just because a lot of it's like the same generic stuff. A lot of it's just generic images and stuff. Now, if you do video ads on Facebook, then the personal branding for sure is higher. But even then, there's so many people running it where it's tough to actually stand out. Whereas YouTube, they automatically position you as the authority. And therefore, I've seen the personal branding aspect on YouTube is unlike any other platform because they're seeing you on their TV, phone, computer, tablet. And you got to think, when someone sees you on their TV at night, when they're just chilling on their couch and they see you pop up, that creates an authority level like no other, right? If you saw someone on a commercial and they just walked in your front door, be like, oh, I recognize you. I saw you in a commercial. Whereas if you see someone on Facebook, it's like, oh, I see everyone on Facebook. I see my grandma on Facebook, as an example, right? So that's the differences between those two. In terms of time to first result, meaning how quick it's going to take before you start seeing result, Facebook is going to be pretty fast. And by result, I don't mean deal. I just mean lead. Like you're going to launch your Facebook ad. You're going to get a lead coming in. You can literally get it 10 minutes later sometimes. Whereas YouTube, typically it's going to take a couple days. I usually see agents, wholesalers getting leads coming in within about 2 to 3 days of launching the ad. So it does take a bit longer, but Facebook, you can get leads coming in like the same day, same hour that you launch it. But again, because the leads are cheaper, you're going to get more of them as well. Now, positioning or perceived value. I wanted to add this in here because what I mean by this is how do these leads perceive you? What are the conversations like? So with Facebook, it is relatively low just because, again, it's a red ocean strategy. Everybody is doing Facebook ads. Everyone and their mother has seen these Facebook ads, get a cash offer for your home. They've seen every ad over and over. And not to mention every single ad targets the same people because you can't segment it based off what they're searching. So these people are being bombarded with the same ads over and over. And by the time they speak with you, you're no different than the hot dog guy selling them hot dogs down the street. Like basically that's how they position you. Whereas like YouTube, they see you on their TV, your positioning is extremely high with it just because of the dynamic of how you're reaching them, but also because it is a blue ocean. Not many people are running YouTube ads, which just immediately is going to move the perceived value up because there's less supply, so the demand is higher for it. It's literally that simple. It's simple economics. And then finally, the conversion rate. This is actually where the most important metric by far, 100%. We could talk about all this, but what's the conversion rate? Facebook, typically I see about 1% is industry standard. You can get it a little higher if you ask more qualification questions, but then of course the cost per lead is gonna go up. But also, like, this is just really standard from when I've done Facebook ads, what I've seen other people do in the industry. But you can for sure get it higher, but that's like average. YouTube, I'm saying 8 to 10% is what I'm seeing. So roughly every 1 in every 10 to 1 in every 12 leads is converting with YouTube. So you can see it's about a 10 times increase in an ROI or in a conversion rate with these YouTube leads. So you're spending 5 times more on a lead, but you're getting a 10 times higher conversion rate, meaning 10 times higher ROI as well. And that's how the numbers typically work out, just to give you an idea. So Facebook ads, again, I would recommend them if you're looking for just sheer quantity. Maybe you're looking for people who are like a couple years out, maybe, then Facebook ads are fine. But if you want like the highest conversion rate and you really like lead quality, you feel confident on the phones, then 100% YouTube ads are the way to go. And by the way, if you want, basically I help wholesalers, real estate agents, everyone, I help them out with YouTube ads, setting up an entire funnel, which is what I'm going to show you to get these inbound deals. If you want to learn about that, go book a call with me below. But basically, this is the last part. I want to compare and show you the funnels for both Facebook and YouTube ads. I'm going to start off with Facebook, which is what you're probably used to. So you're going to see a simple ad like this, hey, sell your home for cash. And I just took a screenshot, so it's a little blurry of an ad that I saw. So I literally just saw it and then just screenshotted it. But it's something super simple like this. It's like you see this every single day. It looks like everything else on social media. Hey, get your cash offer 24 hours, get your offer. That simple. Pretty much, you click on the ad, it brings you, or the targeting, let me back up. The people where you're targeting this ad to, it's all broad. So again, you can't target specific neighborhoods, cities, zip codes, counties. You can't exclude locations. You can only target within like a 10 to 15 mile radius or bigger, which for some of you is fine. But also, if you want to pinpoint certain locations or exclude certain spots, you just can't do that with Facebook. And then as well, you can't target based on what they're searching. It's just based on if someone's scrolling on their phone and they're in this radius, then they're going to see your ad. Because of the fair housing agreement, you're not able to target someone who owns a home and is actually looking for a home on Facebook because of that tweak. But I'm going to show you are able to do that on YouTube, thankfully. That's why the targeting is so much better. But Facebook is all broad, and then they literally click on the ad, brings them to a lead form, and you can ask them questions like, hey, what's your address, timeline to sell? But again, like this stuff, it's all native to Facebook. So it takes them like 10 seconds for them to fill out these questions. And that's why you do get so many leads coming in, but you call them and they literally forget what they clicked on 10 seconds ago. They say, oh, yeah, why are you calling me? They also say, who are you? Because you're nowhere in here. You're nowhere in the ad. None of it's actually branded towards you besides that little profile picture in the top left. And it just creates, honestly, just a tough experience on both ends because you're having to sell yourself to them and they're having to warm up to you like, okay, yeah, I remember it. I'm not really looking though. I just clicked on the ad. It just popped up. I was just bored. And you're going to hear a ton of that stuff. I used to call these Facebook leads, and I'm telling you, it was a pretty fun, pretty interesting experience to say the least, calling these leads. Sometimes, yeah, they don't know who you are, why they clicked on the ad. It's a wrong name, wrong phone number. A guy in India clicked on the ad apparently, and it's just like a bunch of like you get wrong numbers and all that. But that's what I've noticed with Facebook ads, and that's pretty much the same funnel that everyone uses with Facebook ads. Now I'm going to go and show you what the Blue Ocean YouTube ad strategy looks like and how that would work. So basically, instead of doing like a generic ad, it's all a YouTube ad, which means it's all video and it's all custom branded to you. So you got to think if someone's watching a 2-minute video of you, and it's actually just you talking to camera. It's not you're not doing like fancy dances or anything because we're providing value and we're looking for people with intent. We're not trying to entertain. We're trying to educate. So we're bringing someone in who's watched a long message, consumed at least a minute of you specifically. They click on the ad, and again, it's all geo-targeted as well. So specific cities, neighborhoods, zip codes, counties, you can get really specific with here. You can also exclude locations as well. And then in terms of the people we're targeting, this is where YouTube is in a league of its own, is we can target people, number one, I'll start here, who actually own a home. So you can target someone who actually owns a home, which is already a big step up from Facebook. You're also targeting people based on what they're searching for. And these you can put in custom keywords on what people are searching. So if someone in your target market is looking up, I need to sell my home for cash, people who buy houses for cash, I need to sell my home, anything like that, we're only going to be targeting these people. And YouTube actually identifies these people as well, which they have people who are in the market to sell their home quick, who are looking for cash for their homes, who are looking for people to buy homes for cash, people who are actually in the market. YouTube already knows this, and we can target all of these. So we're only showing this ad to people who meet all of these criteria. And that's why, again, the conversion rate is so much higher. The lead quality is 3 times higher than on Facebook. After that, after they click on the ad, instead of sending them to a Facebook like lead form on Facebook, we're making custom landing pages, something super simple like this, where we're actually getting them to go through and answer some questions about their property. So they go through this, and then they're going to ask them, hey, how soon are you looking to sell? What's your motivation to sell? Are you listed with an agent, and just stuff like that to make sure this person's actually serious. But the big difference here between a landing page and a lead form is it's just a lot more friction for someone to come through a landing page and fill in their information, because it just takes a lot longer. They're actually being redirected to a page, and the page is also custom to you as well. So you're reinforcing a branding in there as well. So they're not going to go and say, hey, yeah, who are you? It's like you just took 45 seconds to watch, or 2 minutes to watch my video, and fill out all this information on this separate page. And that's the whole point of it, is more friction and making it harder for someone to become a lead. And that's why we're getting less leads at more expensive, but the conversion's higher. And then the last part after that, instead of just stopping there and you give them a call, we actually continue to nurture these people and warm them up by using a VSL and your calendar. So this VSL, basically we're saying, hey, we just got your request for the cash offer. This is John here. You just saw me in the ad. I'm going to reach out to you shortly to give you that offer. So make sure to look out for a quick call from me specifically. So if you see a number that you don't recognize, it's probably me. So make sure you pick that up, and we're going to start working on your cash offer. In the meantime, if you do want to have a chat, you want to get your offer as quick as possible because you're looking to sell, you need to sell as soon as possible, go check the calendar below and just book a time with me, and we'll set you up with that cash offer whenever is convenient for you. That way, instead of just like leaking these leads, if they want to go and just book a time on your calendar, they can go ahead and just do that. But again, it's only after they go through all these steps, we've targeted them, they're in your target market, they resonate with our message where we're only focusing on high intent, motivated homeowners. They answer these qualification questions, and then they come through. After seeing you again, then they can book. Because like anyone can get someone to book on their calendar, but what are the odds you're going to show up? What are the odds you're going to be qualified and actually have intent and convert? Probably slim to none. But if we can get multiple touch points with them before you speak with them, and as a bonus, they're already in the market, think about the difference in that. It's night and day. So those are the differences between the platforms. Obviously, you can tell I do have a preference between the platforms. YouTube ads is literally all I do now for agents, wholesalers, investors, teams, brokers, all of it, just because I've gotten the best ROI, best results by far with YouTube ads just because of the lead quality. And I've seen wholesalers have been loving it way more as well. So if you want me to basically set up this entire funnel for you, the YouTube funnel to get inbound sellers every single month and get deals coming in just like this, where they already know you and the conversion rate is extremely high, go check below, book a call, apply to work with me, and I will see you there. Other than that, I hope you did get value from this video. Go check the video out on the screen, and I'll see you there as well. Peace.